John, you have Travis Elkins.
Yes, Your Honor, two files.
Is Mr. Elkins here?
He's in jail. I filed up this morning. He signed the
All right, he's
waivers.
signed waivers in each case. All right, I don't need to make a record on him. He's in custody. So you're good to go, John. Thank you. Boy, I've got to make a record on all these no-show arraignments. I think, bear with me, Josh. I'll wait for Mr. Gibson to come back. Kyle Lyle Beebe was charged with disorderly person in the city of Three Rivers. He already has one that he's failed to pay on. He has another one, and he failed to appear here today. I have a phone number. It's Kevin Beebe, not Kyle Beebe. To a bench warrant. Bond. $400 cash or surety or see judge. 48-hour hold. If anyone knows Kevin Beebe, he needs to contact the court. Betty Ann Bell, no insurance, no phone number. It's her first failed to appear. She is local. Have not seen her for a number of years. I'll try a show cause first. Betty Bell, you need to contact the court. Do you have anybody else back in custody?
Not yet.
Not
He's
yet.
going to pick two up
Why is that?
because one is for upstairs at 11, then we have
All right.
one that's to be seen at 10:30.
Seth Carr of Dowagiac, file number 24538 OT. Driving suspended. He's missed several court dates. This has been reset about 3 times. If I had more time, I'd call him and wake him up. Bench warrant, $400 bond. Cash or surety for a 48-hour hold. This is all just wasted time. What I'm doing right now is a waste of time. It's so inefficient when people don't show up when they're supposed to. Troy Norris German is charged with no insurance and operating without a valid license. He has some unpaid tickets. Nothing terrible. Failed to pay a booking fee. We're gonna try it. Order to show cause on Mr. Chairman.
He's asking.
Can't believe how many people just didn't show up. Like 2 out of 10 actually appeared. Jennifer Shoemaker, driving without a valid license. She's from Decatur. She had better things to do today, I guess, than waste my time. I got a notice in the mail, but I've been summoned for jury duty. Judge Stutzman got one and he showed up in the gallery to comply with his obligations. And I excused him. Obviously, I can't serve as a juror in my own court, but I did get a notice. But Ms. Shoemaker will try and order to show cause first. She is from Decatur. I don't have a phone number. Teresa Standish. No operator's license. What do we got here? She was a no-show previously. She called and confirmed today's date. And she didn't show up. So we'll get a bench warrant. Ms. Standish. On $250. Well, she's got $425 in unpaid fines, bond $400, cash or surety. I'd call her, but I've got other things going on here. Then I still got some show cause people that didn't show up. David Scott Havens filed 241920. Mr. Havens has done a good job of checking in. He said he was going to pay. Lindsay Miller. This is an old case. She failed to appear last time I did a order to show cause, and she failed to appear for that. I'm gonna do a bench warrant. Lindsay Marie Miller, again, I have a phone number, but Tuesdays are not the morning for that. Bench warrant, bond, $250, cash or surety, 48-hour hold. Today may be a record for this year for no shows all on the same day. There's probably a dozen of them. Manuel Pool was here. All right, Laura, you can come get all the arraignments and all the pre-trials. Mr. Gibson, why don't you come up and have a seat? And let's take a review of where we are with your cases. Thank you. Kevin Hostetler. You know what we're gonna do with him?
He signed a waiver.
Is he here?
He's in custody.
All right, in custody. All right. Michael Kurth.
I'm pretty sure he signed a waiver, correct, Josh?
Is he in custody?
Yes.
He has a misdemeanor civil infraction. I'll set APT 49525 830. Larry Mack.
He's asking for a prelim.
All right, is he here?
He's in custody.
All right. That'll be 9/8/12/25 at 1. Jeannie McKay.
She has a misdemeanor plea offer that she indicated that she will accept, but I guess she was kind of hesitant, so I guess she may have changed her
All right, is
mind.
Jeannie McKay here?
She's in custody.
Oh, okay, we need to bring her up. Manuel Fernando Muñoz Aranda, we need an interpreter, correct?
Yes.
Christopher Sears.
Christopher Sears, I'm pretty sure he signed a waiver, right?
Correct.
He's,
Maxwell Sites.
he signed a waiver,
Is he in custody?
yes.
Well, we're doing pretty well. Nicole Sparks.
She is here and she's in the courtroom and she signed a waiver.
Ms. Sparks, why don't you come up to the podium if you would? You're Nicole Marie Sparks,
Yeah,
and are you still at Second Street in Burr Oak?
no, it's a 6233 Windrift Avenue. It's in Kalamazoo. 49009.
All right, stay in contact with your lawyer.
I will.
And does your phone number still end in 3951? How about 4587?
Yeah,
All right, you're good to go.
thank you.
Daniel Zeringue from Milford.
He's here. You can come up.
Well, just tell me what he wants to
He-
do.
Well, he's been offered a misdemeanor plea and to the 1 year retail fraud second degree. He's from out of the area. He lives over an hour away and he's asking the court if he would be put in jail today because he has not made arrangements to be able to, in a sense, be away from his home for a period of time right now. So he's,
If you do enter the plea here, Mr. Zeringue, I'll get more information and set the plea on a different date. So you won't go to jail today if you do plead to the misdemeanor charge today. All right, why don't you have a seat for a minute? We'll come back to this. Now I've run out of cases, but I've still got people. Which case are you guys here on?
Victoria Sachs.
Oh, you were in order to show cause. Guy, you've been waiting here for a long time. I need the show causes back. I need Victoria Sachs. Which case are you here on, ma'am? In the back?
I'm here to see your secretary. I'm just waiting.
Okay. I don't think I had Victoria Sachs, but I'll get it. We also are gonna need an interpreter for Mr. Gibson to speak to.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're gonna take a plea and then I'm gonna set you up with Mr. Gibson and his client using the Zoom room. So just bear with me for a minute and we will get you set up. I appreciate your coming in on short notice.
Thank you.
This is file 241556.
El juez está diciendo el número de su caso.
Pablo, this isn't the case.
Oh, sorry.
It'll be the next one.
Okay.
This is People versus Daniel Zeringue. Is that how you say it?
Zeringue.
Zeringue. Zeringue. Zeringue. You're charged with retail fraud in the first degree as a habitual offender. Retail fraud in the first degree is a felony. It's punishable by up to 5 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $10,000 or 3 times the value of the property. You're charged as a third offender, making it potentially punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment. Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Robert is here, and he has agreed to dismiss the felony charge for a plea to a misdemeanor charge of retail fraud in the second degree. Is that correct, Mr. Robert?
That's correct.
Retail fraud second degree is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Mr. Robert, is that your understanding?
Yes.
I mean, Mr. Gibson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Zeringue, you've signed an advice of rights agreement, and you've heard me read them several times this morning, or at least recite them. You'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. Understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I also represented to you that I won't do the sentence here today, and after looking at the affidavit, I think that's the way to go. I think this case needs a pre-sentence investigation report. Anyway, the allegation is that the Sturgis Walmart store had gotten information from the Warsaw, Indiana Walmart store that you'd been stealing from their store. And you were wanted for several Walmart thefts. So they reviewed a video from you being in the store on June 28th. Wait a minute. June 11th. And according to this is an interesting scheme I haven't seen before. You walked around the store with an empty cart, put items in it, went to the self-checkout lane, scanned the mobile app, an employee comes over and checks the items in the bag, and then you let the payment screen time out and then didn't make any payment and then walked out with $1,108.64 worth of stuff. Did that happen on August 1st?
Yeah,
All right, you walked out of the store with $1,100 worth of merchandise that you did not pay for.
yeah.
All right. Do you have charges pending in other jurisdictions?
Yeah, I do, Your Honor.
Where are they?
Huntington County, Kosciuszko County, Elkhart County, Allen County.
Huntington, Allen County, which is Fort Wayne, Kosciuszko, Elkhart. Four Indiana counties. Any Michigan counties? When's your next court date?
I've got one tomorrow in Elkhart. I got one on the 12th in Huntington.
My fear is once you go back to Indiana, I'm going to lose you because one of these jurisdictions got to put you in jail. But I don't want to just shoot from the hip and do the sentence. You're not very repentant. You barely acknowledge doing this, but you walked out of the store with over $1,000 worth of stuff, and you have priors for this and priors at other jurisdictions. Was that how this worked? You'd start the purchase and then let the thing time out? All right, well, how did it work?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to accept the plea for sake of easeability here. but
All
I
right.
didn't.
I'll accept your plea. How about if I just give you 365 days in jail right now? Why don't you tell me what happened? If you're gonna plead
Well, I'm
guilty to
saying
this
okay,
watered
so
down
I'm saying
version of a
I
lucky ass misdemeanor, you wanna tell me what happened?
I paid for the items. And I paid for the items here, and I believe that the Warsaw detective is who called up here saying that I didn't, and so, but despite me paying for it, I can't get into my bank accounts because I just did 8 months in jail. So I can't access none of my bank. I lost my cards and everything, and I can't log into nothing. I don't even have the same phone, and
I don't believe you. I don't believe that you paid $1,108.64 for this stuff that you came all the way from Milford to Sturgis to purchase. I just want you to admit that you stole this property. I'm not sure why if you don't wish to, that's okay too. Prosecutor will revoke the plea and go back to a felony charge.
Yeah, yes, I stole the property.
All right.
So,
What's your employment?
I'm supposed to start at a company called Iodine. I was supposed to start tomorrow. It's in Warsaw.
What kind of work have you done?
I've done a little bit of everything. I've done RV manufacturing, different factories, just random stuff.
Where did you last work?
My last job, I was doing construction.
Do you have an addiction? Is that what's driving this?
No,
This is the kind of thing I would have probably done an embezzlement treatment group, but I don't know what I'm dealing with here, but I am fearful that once one of these Indiana jurisdictions gets a hold of you, I'm not gonna get you back. But this is a pretty good plea offer. I'm gonna set this for, Paul, I got some dates for you and coming up. Some Mondays.
I know that I've got something on Monday, the 25th at 10:30.
That's too soon, I think.
Uh, uh,
How about Monday, September 22nd at 10:30?
That would be good.
Gotta get a pre-sentence report. All right, I don't know what I'm dealing with here. You don't look like methamphetamine or opioids, but it's the kind of behavior that's usually driven by more opioids. And I can't tell what it is you took. Some things that would be taken, which would be easy to sell, electronic equipment, that sort of thing. I don't know if you're taking food or clothing or what the stuff was.
I believe it was a lot of groceries on.
You take this form out to the counter and they'll give you a time and date to come back for the pre-sentence interview.
You're gonna go to the counter and then you'll meet with the probation officer before the sentence.
if you do end up in custody, notify your lawyer or have somebody notify your lawyer so we'll know what the deal is.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're good to go.
And I apologize, I didn't mean no disrespect, Your Honor.
I just wanted you to acknowledge what you did, and it happens quite often. People want to plead guilty without admitting that they were guilty. But, all right, we're all back in the matter of People versus Manuel Muñoz Aranda.
Estamos aquí en el caso de Manuel Aranda Muñoz.
Ajá.
Yes.
The defendant had an opportunity to talk with his lawyer with the assistance of an interpreter.
El defendido tuvo la oportunidad de hablar con su abogado con la ayuda de un intérprete.
Okay.
Okay.
The charge here alleges
El cargo alega
that on March 19th of 2025 in the city of Sturgis,
El cargo alega que el 19 de marzo de 2025 en la ciudad de Sturgis,
that the defendant did possess cocaine.
el defendido tenía en su posesión cocaína.
Yes.
Unfortunately, cocaine has been making a comeback.
Desafortunadamente, la cocaína está regresando.
That charge is a felony. It's punishable by up to 4 years in prison.
Ese cargo es un delito mayor o felonía y se puede castigar hasta con 4 años de prisión.
Okay.
The prosecutor has agreed to dismiss that charge
El fiscal está dispuesto a retirar el cargo
Ajá.
if the defendant pleads to the lesser charge of a misdemeanor
si el defendido se declara culpable de un delito menor.
Yes.
use of a controlled substance.
Uso ilegal de una sustancia ilegal.
Yes, I'm guilty. I'm using the illegal substance.
Espere, señor, deje que hable el juez, por favor.
Okay.
I'm guilty.
All right.
Y uso sustancias, uso la sustancia, sí.
Yes, I'm using this substance.
All right. Did anyone threaten you to try to get you to plead to this charge?
¿Alguien lo amenazó para que se declara culpable de este cargo?
No,
No.
voluntario.
No.
Or threat?
¿O alguien lo amenazó?
No, voluntario.
No.
Do you understand that if you plead to this charge, you will be giving up your rights to have a trial in front of a judge or jury?
¿Usted entiende que al declararse culpable, usted está cediendo el derecho a tener un juicio frente a un juez y a un jurado?
Sí, está bien.
Yes, okay.
If you had a trial, you would have the right to have an attorney, and we have appointed Attorney Gibson to represent you.
Usted tiene derecho a un abogado y el señor Gibson es su abogado.
Gracias. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
If you had a trial, you would have the right to take the witness stand and testify in your own behalf.
Si usted tuviera un juicio, que está usted cediendo ese derecho, tiene usted el derecho a traer testigos o a testificar a su favor.
Okay. Perfecto.
Okay. Perfect.
You could have any of the witnesses testify against you.
Usted puede tener a los testigos y probablemente algún testigo puede testificar en su contra.
Okay, perfecto.
Okay. Right, perfect.
And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Usted tiene el derecho a ser considerado inocente hasta que el fiscal pruebe lo contrario.
Perfecto.
Perfecto.
This plea, even though it is a misdemeanor, could affect your immigration status.
Esta declaración que va a usted hacer de culpabilidad podría afectar su estado legal a pesar de que es un delito menor.
Está bien.
understand that the Immigration Service has a detainer on you.
El servicio de inmigración lo tiene detenido, señor.
Está bien.
Ok.
On that day, March 19th, did you have some cocaine in your possession?
El 19 de marzo, ¿usted tenía cocaína en su posesión?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Porque la consumo.
Because I'm consuming it.
All right. I'm gonna order 16 days jail credit, 16 days.
Voy a ordenar 16 días de cárcel, pero le voy a dar 16 días de crédito por el tiempo que ya pasó en la cárcel.
Okay.
A $75 crime victims rights fee.
$75 para las víctimas de crímenes
And a state minimum fee of $50.
y un $50 para los gastos del estado mínimo.
Okay, está bien.
That's $125 or 2 additional days.
Son $125 de multa o puede pasar 2 días en la cárcel para pagar esa multa.
Lo puedo pagar ahorita mismo.
I'm able to pay right now.
All right, well, you can't bond out because the Immigration Service has a hold on you, and I believe they plan to deport you. Do you understand?
No lo van a dejar salir de la cárcel, señor, porque el servicio de inmigración lo tiene detenido y aunque pague, se lo van a llevar y lo van a deportar.
Okay, entonces no pago.
All right, so I won't pay then.
You've got some unpaid traffic tickets. You owe $300 on those, but they're not in front of the court right now. So I suspect in 2 days, the Immigration Service is gonna take you before an immigration judge, and they'll deal with that issue.
Tiene usted también multas de $300 por infracciones de tránsito, pero en 2 días se lo lleva a inmigración y tiene que resolver ese problema frente a un juez de inmigración, dice el juez.
Okay.
As far as this matter is concerned, it is finished.
Y este caso ya está cerrado.
Okay.
Ok.
All right, good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
For your help.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
good
Your
luck, sir.
Honor. Bye-bye.
All right, now we need Jeannie McKay of the clan McKay. And I think that will complete our morning if we don't drop dead before then. Josh, your office was assigned to handle that Kalamazoo domestic violence conflict case.
Yes.
Apparently that's been assigned to me.
Oh, okay.
The Supreme Court, I think, is gonna keep the whole thing in St. Joe County. So I learned this morning that it's been assigned to me, and I guess we'll schedule something. Hello, Sergeant Rice. We're on the home stretch here. The only person we still need to see is Jeannie McKay. She may be already getting her, but I've got the room opened. I'm ready for her. All right. All right, thank you. Bye.
You don't have a problem with this one being a no contest plea, do you, for civil liability?
No, I don't have a problem with that.
All right, this is a case of Jeannie K. Lacey McKay. File number is 251464FY. She's charged with assault with a dangerous weapon, I think a glass candle, and domestic violence. She's been in custody for 14 days. The plea offer is to plead to the domestic violence, dismiss the felonious assault. And you're indicating that may be by no contest?
Yes, if she pleads, we're asking for a no contest plea for civil liability.
Well, the affidavit indicates that there's some mental health issues here. She's had some cases here in the last couple of years. I think there are some mental health issues. She's been in custody for 14 days. I have to set sentencing out more than 10 days. If I let her out of jail, I'm going to be concerned about where she's going to be able to go. My inclination, Paul, would be to use that September 22nd date I set you for the other case.
I don't know if I really asked her where she'd go, but she told me her address was 704 7th Street.
In Three Rivers?
Yes.
All right, well, let's see where this went down. It happened in Sturgis, Airline Road area. Clear Lake. So maybe that won't be a problem. We had a lot of waivers and a lot of no-shows. Took us a long time to plow through the misdemeanors. And would have been even worse if everybody had shown up when they were supposed to.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Judge Middleton. Are you Jeannie McKay?
Yes.
We've met before. I'm here at the courthouse with your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson. Also present is Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Robert. This is called a pre-exam conference, and the file number here is 251464FY. Ms. McKay, you're charged in a 2-count complaint that alleges that on July 22nd, you assaulted Michael Bates by hitting him with a glass candle, apparently in the head. And that's a felony punishable by up to 4 years imprisonment. and a fine of up to $2,000. The prosecutor alleges that you also were charged with a previous domestic violence, and the second count is domestic violence second offense. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Is this a plea to DV first, Joshua?
No, the offer's a plea to DV second.
All right. Anyway, they're willing to dismiss the felony charge for a plea to the misdemeanor charge of domestic violence. Mr. Robert has discussed this matter with you, with your lawyer, and your lawyer, Mr. Gibson, has discussed the matter with you. He says that you would like to take advantage of this plea offer and plead no contest to this charge. By pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to plead to count 2 and dismiss count 1. Other than that, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this charge?
No.
Or threaten you to try to get you to plead to this charge? Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial if you enter this no contest plea. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Gibson is here and he would represent you throughout the proceedings. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless they were able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, in a no contest plea, you don't tell me what happened. I will get the information from a booking report that was filed by the officers. Is that acceptable to you, Mr. Gibson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that acceptable to you, Ms. McKay?
I suppose. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's
All right,
fine.
here's what the report said.
Okay.
At about 6 o'clock at night on July 22nd, they went out to Everson Drive near Clinger Lake Road in White Pigeon Township. They talked to you and they talked to Michael Robert Bates. You and Mr. Bates had an argument over using his telephone. She said, it says you got angry at him, you picked up a candle and hit him in the head, on the right side of his head, including his ear. It caused the candle to break, and then you got cut by some of the broken glass in the leg. But that's a sufficient factual basis.
But I don't think it is. So should I plead guilty instead?
All right, well, tell me, did you hit him in the head with a candle?
Yeah, but I was sexually assaulted before that happened. That's what happened. I mean, yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
was
do you
assaulted
wish to
for
accept,
defending
do you wish
myself.
to accept the no contest plea?
No.
Well, here's the status. I want to ask you some questions to make sure where you're going to go if I let you out of jail. And I'm going to set this for sentencing on September 22nd at 11 o'clock. I will give an opportunity for Mr. Bates to be there and an opportunity for you and your lawyer to be there. By pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you allow or accept that a conviction would enter. If you believe you have a defense and you don't wish to plead to that charge, we can set the matter for something else, a preliminary examination next week. But right now, the prosecutor is offering to dismiss the felony charge for a no contest plea to the misdemeanor charge in count 2. If that's acceptable, I'll accept your plea and set the matter for sentencing. If you don't wish to do that, I can set the matter for a hearing next Tuesday afternoon.
I'd rather do the hearing next Tuesday afternoon because I don't feel like I should be convicted of that. Honestly.
Defendant demands a prelim.
Yeah, especially if it's gonna take till September 22nd to get out of jail.
Well, I was gonna let you out of jail right now. Now you're gonna sit in jail next Tuesday.
Okay, then I'll just plead guilty. Forget it. Maybe
Well, I
let me
don't wanna negotiate with you regarding, I mean, you wanted a prelim. If you want a prelim, I'll give you one.
No,
But,
I'll plead guilty, no contest. Fine.
all right, I'm gonna have to explore this further. Are you receiving any mental health treatment?
No. No, I'm not.
If I let you out of jail, where are you gonna go?
I live at 704th 7th Street.
And Mr. Bates is not there?
No, he doesn't stay there.
Who lives there?
My roommate is Mr. Richard Kettlehut.
Cadillac?
Kettlehut, Kettlehut.
Mr. Kettlehut. Does he know you're coming back?
Well, he expected me back previously, so yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna set the matter for sentencing for September 22nd at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna reduce the bond to $4,000 PR. No drugs and no alcohol. Test as requested. No contact with Michael Bates. Who is Michael Bates to you?
He was my sister's best friend's brother, pretty much. It's just someone I needed. I had my suitcases stolen when I was planning on moving, and I walked to his house afterward, pretty much.
All right, so he was just a friend?
I thought he was, but apparently not, so.
Well, I don't want you to have any contact with him. No
Okay.
weapons, no assaultive behavior. I'm not sure what I'm dealing with here, but I need the police report, any mental health reports, and input from the victim. You also have an old unpaid traffic ticket for unsafe backing, $150. Are you gonna get out of jail on a PR bond? No drugs, no alcohol, test as directed. I'm gonna get the police report. I'm gonna get some input from Mr. Bates. I'm not sure exactly what I'm dealing with here. But I'll deal with that on September 22nd at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Stay in contact with your lawyer, Mr. Gibson, and you're free to go.
Thank you very much.
Do you have things squared away now?
I do, Your Honor, yes.
So you have a valid license now?
You have valid license, insurance, and registration on the car.
This will go on your driving record, but it doesn't cause a suspension, I don't believe. $100 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee, $225. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
September 5th? Are you missing work right now?
No, sir.
All right, let's get you out of here, get you back to work. You can pay with green cash, certified check or money order, or a credit card.
Okay,
All right, sir, you're good to go.
thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, I'm working on it. All right, so that takes care of Mr. Coy. We had all these pre-trials in the middle of this already busy felony and misdemeanor day. Ms. Hines, what have you got for me?
I just have one case, Your Honor, and he has another case that's set for next Tuesday with EDC. So I talked to Josh. I'd like to adjourn it to look at all the discovery.
All right, is he here?
He's in the jail.
All right, well, let's take care of this next gentleman and then we'll address your case. Trey Hensley,
Your Honor,
yes?
we had him yesterday for something. Is this something new or?
Well, it is a ticket for driving without a valid license.
Okay, that's something that we didn't deal with
On
yesterday, then.
July 18th. Mr. Hensley's in custody on some other stuff.
Right.
Let's take a look. Good morning, sir.
Come on.
You got a pre-exam next Tuesday on a felony case, but this is a traffic case that they brought to my attention. You've been in custody now for 4 days on a domestic violence charge. This is an earlier ticket for driving without a valid operator's license. So let's take a look at this one. Ryan, how you holding up here? Mr. Hensley, you got a ticket for no ops ever applied. You got pulled over in a 2002 Chevy on July 18th. And apparently you never have had a license.
Can
Did you have one at one time?
no, I was just waiting on the state of Michigan to transfer over my transcripts. It took them literally forever for them to get to me. And, but when I-
Transcripts of what?
my school records, and it was the 4 minimum identifications for your
Oh.
stuff. And so, I mean,
Well, you've been in jail for 4 days. This is not the kind of thing I would put you in jail for 4 days. But if you plead guilty to this charge, I'll give you credit for 4 days of jail and the minimum allowable fine. Or you can plead not guilty and I could set it for further proceeding. Just a minute, let me put that conference room out of it.
what does that 4 days mean?
Well, you've been in jail for 4 days. I would give you 4 days jail credit, 4 days that you've already served and no additional jail time. And I'd give you $125 fine and give you some time to pay it. This would go on your driving record though, as a not
Yes.
having a valid license. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, but I do have a scheduled exam. I instantly passed when I got my transcript. I was.
All
really
right, so
just-
you're gonna take your test to get your driver's license?
Yeah, I already have my permit and everything now.
All right,
I
well, then
got
I'm
it the
gonna
next day
adjourn
after.
this.
Your Honor,
Yes,
does that carry not only 2 points, but does it carry a suspension for that particular section?
no ops, 904A does not carry a suspension. No ops
301
ever
doesn't.
acquired.
Okay, but I wasn't sure about that one.
Well, DWLS
Well, that one was.
is
that was a different
904,
one,
that
but-
carries a suspension.
Right, but
904A, no ops ever acquired,
no,
is not a suspension,
Okay.
but I just looked it up earlier this year. But he's got a permit, and so you have an appointment to take your test.
Yes, and hopefully after my 15th date on my judge, they will hopefully give me probation. I can get out and go take that test immediately. That's all I was waiting on. They even waived my 30 days for it. I was just waiting on those transcripts. It literally took them almost a year to get to me.
All right, well, we'll find out about that. You have the pre-exam on this assault charge, which is set for next Tuesday. Let me get the file number on that. You ever been in jail before?
No, sir.
Not much fun, is it?
No.
Has your lawyer been out to see you yet on that case? All right, I'm gonna adjourn this. "30 days to September 9. Do you still live at 4612 South Main Street?
I'm trying to get my no contact order edited because that's the only house I have like to live at, unless I don't have any.
All right,
So
well,
I'm
we'll have to
hoping-
sort this out.
I think your bond conditions address that yesterday.
I mean, but they said they could still edit, I believe, right?
I think that you're here, that's next Tuesday.
Well, I thought they said they can talk about it
Right.
being edited on the 12th
That's what it said.
with Kayla's approval and everything.
Right. Okay, wonderful, excellent.
Yes, ma'am.
That's when you have it scheduled.
The 12th?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's, if you would like an address,
Well, we'll get this notice to you at the jail. I'm gonna ask my staff to. You're probably gonna be in custody at least until next Tuesday when your pre-exam conference is. You're charged with domestic assault with intent to do great bodily harm, which is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison. So I'm not sure what the facts of the case are. But that's what the charge is. But I'm not gonna have you enter this plea right now. It would undo your ability to get your license. So we'll see whether you can get your license, and then Mr. George can decide what he wants to do with it from there. There is a charge they could use which would allow you to get your license anyway. All right, you're good to go, Mr. Hensley. And you also have Charles Smith in custody.
Yes, sir.
We'll get to him in a minute. Lori, who's your client?
Marcos Antonio Garcia.
Do we need an interpreter?
No.
She'll have to bring that up to her, your attorney.
Sarah, how are we doing in your case?
She'll have to talk to us.
Attorney said he was gonna go talk with the defendant to get the waiver filled out, Judge, so I'm just waiting to make sure that happens.
All right.
Kayla wants to come and do it herself.
Well, it's like, that's fine, but.
I have not.
Mr. I spoke to the Attorney General, and so we have, he signed the waiver form, and so he's asking if he can go, Mr.
He can go, but I want to talk to him about all the money he owes me.
Okay.
Come up to the podium if you would, or have a seat with your lawyer. Good morning.
Did you just get rounded out this morning?
Here it is over here. This is file number 2579FY. You're Stephen Daniel Higgins,
Yes, sir.
and you're the Stephen Higgins I know. There's more than one Stephen Higgins, but are you half Higgins and half Hesher?
No.
All right, maybe you're not the one I thought you were. Anyway, you've executed a waiver of your felony charge of non-support. Sarah Brenner, the Chief Assistant Attorney General in charge of non-support issues, is here by Zoom from Lansing. You're here with your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson. This means the matter will be bound over to circuit court for further discussion and negotiation, either settlement or trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You owe me. You have an impeding traffic ticket, which is a very minor ticket. You owe $126 in that case. You also have a driving suspended charge where you have an attorney pretrial on August 15th, and you have a no proof of insurance, which is probably
When's that
attached to
from?
the other case. You have an attorney pretrial in front of Judge Pattison on August 15th. Are you aware of that?
When did I get that? I wasn't pulled over or anything like that. It might be my father.
Well, that's your father's, the one I know. Let's take a look. Sarah, you're
Yes,
welcome
Judge.
to get on this, but I'm sure you got other things to do. We were able to take care of you, and
Okay. And will they just send us the pretrial date then, Judge?
yes, it'll be set for a status conference in circuit court several months
Okay.
from.
All right. Thank you,
But,
Judge.
it's nice to see you, and you're good to go.
You too. Have a good day.
Yeah, they're both noticed for today. All right. Good morning, sir. You're Marcos Antonio Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we've met. I'm here with your lawyer, Lori Hines. Also present is Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Bear. You have two cases. The first one, file 25710FY, is set for this morning. 3 counts of resisting, obstructing, and disturbing the peace. You got another charge, which occurred allegedly on July 23rd, assault with a dangerous weapon and resisting and obstructing a police officer. All those cases were set for a pre-exam conference this morning. However, the other case, the later case, 251463FY, your attorney doesn't have the police reports or all the information she needs presently to proceed on that case. So your lawyer and the prosecutor does not object or asking me to adjourn this 1 week, both cases for a pre-exam conference, so she can get more information and properly deal with these. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Do you have any objection if I adjourn this matter for a pre-exam to next Tuesday morning, August 12th at 8:30?
I have a question.
Yes.
Obstructing an officer. I was on top of a train.
Say that again?
He started
It
to
said that
share
I was-
evidence in this case, so I don't know that that's appropriate for. him to
Well, I didn't
continue
hear
to
what
do.
you said, but that's what the charge is, and your lawyer needs the report so she can figure out what it is. So yeah, don't say anything about the case.
Wow.
My
Okay.
only
I
question-
told you yesterday, remember, I didn't have any of the police reports. We don't have any of the body cams for that case. Remember me telling you that?
Yeah. So this is not for the case that you came and talked to me about?
This is about the next case.
It's
So
you-
she represents you on both cases.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not talking about the first case, we're talking about the second case.
We're talking
And this-
about both cases.
Both cases. We're gonna
Okay.
adjourn both cases.
And then I
Okay,
will come back and meet with you at the jail to go over all the videos and the information, okay?
Okay, can I say something about the first case?
No, I don't
No.
want you to say, I'm not unwilling to hear what you have to say, but I don't want you to say that might compromise your rights. So we'll set both of these for pre-exam for August 12th. And if prelim is needed, for August 19th, 25 at 1. That is the time of the judicial conference, district judges conference, but Judge Pattison elected not to go. So he will be here on August 19th, bless him, if we need a prelim. You got a couple things. You got an unpaid dog at large ticket, and you got that great big fat restitution from a long time ago where you knocked that guy's tooth out, $35,000. And that's still hanging out there. We've never been able to collect on that, but
That was paid cash.
all right, well, I won't deal with that here.
That was paid, I paid $20,000. We settled on $20,000. Anthony Green was my lawyer.
I think you're right. I think you did. We reached a cash settlement. So, all right, this is only about the two new cases. And your lawyer will be out at the jail to see you. And
Why did that case get brought up?
I don't know. My secretary put it down here, but I do recall you did some sort of a lump sum accord and satisfaction. So I'm not going to worry about that. All right, you're good to go.
Well, that took a turn. This session in Judge Middleton's courtroom was a marathon of waivers, no-shows, and a few defendants who kept things interesting. The judge was juggling a long docket, and his dry humor about inefficiency and jury duty notices kept the tone light, even when half the room didn't bother showing up. You could feel his frustration at the sheer number of bench warrants he had to issue. He even remarked this might be a record day for absences. But he kept moving the calendar forward without letting the morning bog down. One of the standout moments was Daniel Zeringue, who came in on a felony retail fraud charge, but was offered a plea down to a misdemeanor. The scheme described by the prosecutor was unusual, walking out of Walmart with over $1,000 worth of items by letting the self-checkout app time out. When pressed, Daniel seemed reluctant to admit what happened, almost dancing around it before finally acknowledging he stole the property. Judge Middleton's patience was on display here. He was willing to accept the plea, but insisted on a clear admission, reminding Daniel this was already a very favorable deal. The judge also voiced concern that Indiana courts might scoop Daniel up before sentencing, since he has multiple pending cases there. It was a good example of Middleton's cautious side. He wants to make sure defendants understand the weight of their actions, especially when they've got other jurisdictions circling. Next came Manuel Muñoz Aranda, whose hearing required an interpreter. The charge started as a felony possession case, but the prosecutor reduced it to a misdemeanor use charge. Manuel admitted he had cocaine, even blurting it out before the interpreter finished translating. The judge gave him 16 days credit for time served, but the real twist was immigration. Because ICE has a hold on him, he won't be released even after this case is closed. Middleton handled it with sensitivity, making sure Manuel understood the immigration consequences without editorializing. It was straightforward, respectful, and practical. Then there was Jeannie McKay, facing both a domestic violence second offense charge and an allegation of hitting someone with a glass candle. The offer on the table was to plead to the misdemeanor and drop the felony. At first, she hesitated, talking about her mental health, even mentioning an unrelated sexual assault, which complicated things. She bounced between wanting a hearing and wanting to accept the plea, clearly wrestling with the process. Middleton carefully walked her through the options, reduced her bond, and set sentencing for later, But he also laid down firm conditions: no contact with the alleged victim, no weapons, and no alcohol. The way he managed Jeannie's indecision, without snapping or showing irritation, was a reminder of why his courtroom feels more grounded than most. He recognizes the human side even while enforcing the structure. Trey Hensley's case was another one worth noting. He's in custody on a felony, but this was a separate ticket for driving without ever having a license. His explanation about waiting for transcripts to take his test was unusual, but Middleton wasn't punitive. Instead, he credited him for the 4 days already served and left space for him to finally get legal driving status if he follows through. Again, the judge showed his preference for practical resolutions over unnecessary punishment. And finally, we had Marcos Garcia, who managed to have multiple pending cases, including resisting officers and a dangerous weapon allegation. The judge and attorneys agreed to adjourn his hearings so his lawyer could review discovery. Marcos, perhaps not realizing the risk, started to explain facts from his perspective, but Middleton immediately cut him off to protect his rights. It was a classic example of the judge acting almost like a guardrail. He knows when a defendant is about to talk themselves into trouble and steps in. The overall courtroom atmosphere this day was heavy with absent defendants, but balanced by steady case management. Judge Middleton blended humor, like joking about a colleague showing up for jury duty, with patience, particularly when people were confused, emotional, or drifting off topic. His approach is consistent. Keep things fair, keep people moving, and avoid making bad situations worse. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.